Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into what you need to know about airport and airline operating hours to ensure a smooth travel experience. Let's get started. Airport operations and airline hours of operation. Information and paging at airports typically operate 24/7, especially for major airports. Customer service for airlines can either mimic flight hours, but some are 24/7. Ticket counters. Ticket counters at airports generally open 2 to 3 hours before the first flight of the day and close after the last flight departs, depending on the number of flights per day. This varies by airline and airport. Some airlines' ticket counters close when gaps occur. Check-in and bag drops. These services usually open around 2 to 3 hours before and close 45 to 60 minutes before departure for domestic flights and 60 to 90 minutes for international flights. Please don't expect an airline to accept your bags or open a ticket counter beyond their standards. Definitely don't bother asking to have a plane hold for your late arrival. Flight schedules, departure, and arrival times. Flights operate throughout the day and night, but peak times are usually early morning and late afternoon. Red-eye flights are overnight flights that arrive early in the morning, such as long flights from San Diego to Tampa. Delays and cancellations. Be aware that flight schedules can change due to weather, technical issues, or other unforeseen flight crew timeouts. The same way truck drivers can't be on the road for too many hours. Pilots are limited when flying. To be honest, why would you want them to? Always check your flight status before heading to the airport. A lot of airports close, and you cannot camp out there. Airport operations, opening hours. Major airports are typically open 24/7, but services within the airport, like shops and restaurants, may have limited hours. Security checkpoints generally open 1 to 2 hours before the first flight and close after the last departure. TSA rarely adjusts for after-hours delayed departures. So be on your airside ready for your flight, even if delayed, because you will not get to your gate if TSA closes. TSA pre-check lanes may have different hours, which will place you in the regular congested lines. Lounges. Airport lounges have specific hours of operation, often aligned with the airline's flight schedule. Airline services. Most airlines offer 24/7 online services for booking, check-in, and managing reservations. You can access these services through the airline's website or app. Some airlines only operate in this manner. These typically don't have customer service numbers. Your budget ticket requires less overhead for the airline and will require more effort on your part. Frequent flyer programs are managed online, and customer service for these programs is usually available during regular business hours. Regional variations, domestic versus international. Domestic flights generally have more frequent departures and shorter operational hours at ticket counters and check-in. International flights often require longer lead times for check-in and security. Holiday seasons. During peak travel times, such as holidays, airlines and airports might extend their hours and increase staff to accommodate higher passenger volumes. Tips for travelers. Arrive early. Arrive at the airport 2 hours before domestic flights and 3 hours before international flights to allow ample time for check-in, security, and boarding. I recommend arriving earlier for any hiccups. Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will. Check flight status. Regularly check your flight status online or via the Airlines app to stay updated on any changes. Contacting customer service. If you need assistance outside regular hours, use the Airlines 24/7 customer service hotline. But remember, not all airlines have this, and you may need to use your resources such as the app, website, or Airport Operations Center for guidance. Prepare for security. Familiarize yourself with TSA guidelines to streamline your security checkpoint experience. You can find many helpful tips from TSA.gov website to include what can I bring? Limited service airlines. Operational days. Airlines that fly only once a day or a few times a week typically do not have designated ticket counters or customer service open every day. These services are usually available only on the days when flights are scheduled. Booking and check-in. Online booking and check-in services remain available 24/7, but in-person services are restricted to the days when flights are operating. Customer service availability. While the physical presence at the airport may be limited, customer service for reservations and inquiries is often available through phone or online chat during regular business hours. Flight schedule. Awareness. Pay close attention to the flight schedule when booking with these airlines. Missing a flight can be more inconvenient due to the limited number of flights. Emergency situations. In case of cancellations or delays, rebooking options may be limited, so having a backup plan or alternative travel arrangements is advisable. Tips for travelers using limited service airlines. Advanced planning. Book your tickets well in advance and be aware of the specific days and times when flights are available. Stay informed. Regularly check your flight status, especially closer to your departure date, to stay updated on any schedule changes. Flexible itinerary. If possible, keep your travel plans flexible to accommodate the limited flight options and potential delays or cancellations. Arrival and check-in. Arrive at the airport early on the day of your flight, as check-in and security procedures can still take time despite fewer flights. Remember, other airlines typically share TSA security. By considering these factors, you can better navigate the nuances of airline operations and ensure a smoother travel experience. Thanks for tuning in, and safe travels. Check out my other videos about lost baggage and flight delays and cancellations. Remember, being informed is the key to a hassle-free journey. Stay updated, plan ahead, and enjoy your travels. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tap that bell for future notifications.